The problem is that they both use cosmetics so that they can look the same. So it's a self-initiated look-alike. Madam Speaker, I join my colleagues to contribute to this great motion that has been brought about by Honorable CNN. Madam Speaker, sport plays a great role in this country. Madam Speaker, when I was growing up, I was a footballer, and now I'm a golfer. So I value any aspect related to sports. Madam Speaker, I visited a few of my schools the other day, and I discovered that we are missing quite a lot because these children, our students, majority of them have no sporting facilities. Long time as we were growing up, PE, physical education, was a very serious lesson in many learning institutions. And Madam Speaker, people who are engaged in sports, they are very healthy. And I want to believe that in the process they perform very well academically. A country that is so much sports, you look at even their health is fairly better than where people don't do a lot of sports. Madam Speaker, sports brings a lot of income to our country. It creates jobs. Madam Speaker, sports attracts many visitors to our country. Sports, Madam Speaker, keeps our youth busy, or what we call social development among a youth. Madam Speaker, there is a lot of inclusivity. Our girls are now in sports. Our boys are now in sports. There's no longer a domain of men. Our girls are doing very well in terms of sport, and they need to be encouraged as such. Madam Speaker, this inclusivity is key to a country like ours, where people interact through sports, through athletics, through football, through basketball, through rugby, etc., etc. Madam Speaker, I want to believe that when we are doing very well in sports, the international community is very keen to come and see what is really happening here. What am I talking about? There are so many scouts who come here to scout about football, the best athletics, etc. Madam Speaker, it goes without saying then that we need to put a lot of emphasis on the aspect of sport. And I want to say this, and that's why I agree with the move of the motion. There are so many disciplines of sports which we don't do in Kenya. We are very good in athletics. We have started coming up now in football. We have started coming up in rugby. We have started coming up in in volleyball. But there are so many other sports that we don't do. And that's the reason why we became number 2. Because in athletics, we are very good. So I think we need to ask ourselves, where did we go wrong? This is my point, Madam Speaker. We went wrong because we don't have a policy to manage the sport affairs in this country. And therefore, it's my feeling that this motion is coming handy, and actually it should come first as a bill, because we have to change so many things. Madam Speaker, let me bring to your notice and notice of these members. A lady from my place who has his 3 children, triplets, who have autism. And they were denied by Kenya Federation to go and compete last month. And they were denied entry for the sports. These are disabled, category of disabled persons, and they are denied by a ventilation. Meaning, we don't have a clear policy to take care of what the threat is. Madam Speaker, when these people go out there, they market Kenya. When these people go out there, it's a talent. There is an income thing. It is an inclusivity thing. It is a cohesive thing. So why have we learned this far without having a policy? I want to thank the mover, because right now, we have to have it. And when we have it, it will be very clear. We shall have infrastructure set. The policy will bring in all the requirement for infrastructure that our talent require in terms of sports. Madam Speaker, if you check around, there are no stadiums. They are all focused in the big towns. The majority of our children and youth, they're in the rural areas. So we have to put this policy. The policy should say every village in Kenya should have a stadium or at least a sporting facilities where our children are going to be practicing. Madam Speaker, we need decisions on how to facilitate these people. Some of them, even when they go to compete, they have to go to their mother and their fathers and even relatives to ask for money so that they can go and compete. And we know these people have talent. The youth have talent. So we need to be true citizens of this country by providing facilitation for these people in terms of the requirement, travel document, accommodation, visas, passport, etc., etc. And then the reward system. I heard some people saying that the president is giving too much money. At the president is giving 3 million, 4 million, instead of doing this and that. Shame on those people. The president was giving out that money because he recognized these footballers are putting the map of this country on top. His Excellency has initiated a move in this country of promoting sports, and we want to support him. And I'm believing that even this policy will be put in place, because we need to reward these great men and women. We need to, not even 6 million, it's too small. There are countries that buy the athletics contracts. There are countries that buy mansions for these people in high-end areas. And that's what we need to tell these children, that you can play football, you can learn, you can do whatever in sport and make it in life. Mr. Speaker, we need to have all-out sporting activities encouraged in this country. We have to have golf for these young people. We have to have skating. We have to have swimming. We have to have all kinds of sporting activities that other countries are doing. We cannot be priding ourselves by limiting our talented people through only athletics and football. We must open doors for other sporting activities. Madam Speaker, I want to support this and say that we are ready. I think this can be looked in terms of a bill so that we can enact it and ensure that the future talent of this nation are given a lot of power. I want to thank the great people of Bori, because we have now a program for annexing talent in terms of sports and other activities. Thank you very much, the great people of Bori, for realizing that you can make money through sports. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much. Honorable members, I decided to stick to the screen, but after the Honorable Rahim, I think we may want to purposively go to the left. The Honorable Rahim, member for North Imenti, and before you continue, let me take this opportunity to welcome our students from Our Lady of Fatima, Kiriko Girls, from Gatundu North Constituency, Kiambu County. Let's welcome to the House. You are welcome to the House to continue observing proceedings of the House. So the Honorable Rahim Dawood, you may continue, and we give you this opportunity to also welcome the students for us. You may be seated.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, first let me welcome the students of Our Lady of Fatima Incidentally, my grandmother was called Fatima as well. So I'm very honored to welcome the school. Madam Speaker, I want to join my colleagues in supporting this motion by Honorable CNN, who is in my committee as well. I'm his vice chair. Madam Speaker, it is a good thing which he has proposed, but I believe we can go further, because this, we are only talking about recognizing the world athletes. What about the ones who are at the grassroots? We need to bring out the grassroots athletes together with the sports persons, men and women, because if we do not do that, then we will not get those for international. We need to recognize how sports academies can be done all over the country. Madam Speaker, this government has already started doing the sports academies, and I hope by 2027, many counties or most of the counties will have sports academies where we can nurture talent. But Madam Speaker, you being from a single constituency like myself and the others, most of us here, it is injustice to remove the sports kitty from the CDF, because that was the mainstay, how we could promote sportsmen and women or children to come up with performances which we could be proud of. But now removing that sports kitty from CDF, Madam Speaker, I think we as members of parliament, we need to talk to CDF and return it back so that at least we support. I wish to say something else, because, you know, motivation of many kinds. We've got teams in Meru, football teams, who are doing very well, but unfortunately, the issue comes out that when they have to travel to go to matches away from Meru County or all over the country, it's very difficult for them to go. And I wish to even thank the Deputy President, Professor Kitore Kindeke. He did buy one of our football teams, Al Azizia, a bus, so that they could make